definitely the time will be there. So we'll go to the straight line plus 3 iota and 4 plus 3 iota. We just need to see that where iota square will be. So let us start. See, basically, if we talk about the iota, now definitely we are not going to jump directly onto the iota. Let us understand the origin of it, because at least like something we should know about the topic. See, if we talk about the complex number, why we actually got into the complex number was on the basis of this property that previous mathematician defined for general equation. What was that? If you have heard of the term degree, okay, degree for any equation is basically highest power of the variable. Like for a quadratic equation, degree is 2, right? For a cubic equation, degree is 3. But there is one, like degree is just a number. What is the application of that? Applications are two. One is basically tells you the nature. Like why you're saying quadratic? Because we have defined it. Degree 2 means quadratic. Degree 3 means cubic. Degree 1 is linear and vice versa. Second application is tells us that whatever the degree of the equation, that will be the number of roots or the solution for the equation. Like why we have only two solutions for the quadratic, because degree is 2. Why we get three different, or maybe they can be equal also, but three solution for cubic, because degree is 3. Why we always get only like 2x plus 5 equal to 7? So why you see that x equals to, let's say, 1? Because here only one value will satisfy. You cannot say x equal to 0, x equal to 5, because linear equation means one solution. So that tells you that everything was going good. Someday, like, okay, we encountered with this equation, x square plus 1. Now, as per the simple definition, this is purely a quadratic equation because it is having degree 2. But when we decided to find its value, x square is minus 1. X square is minus 1. How a square quantity can be negative? Because any square quantity must be positive or 0. Minimum value can be 0. So how it is coming out to be negative? So either we can say that, okay, it is not defined, maybe like solution is not existing. But if we say that, then this property that we learned will come into contradiction, because you told me that degree is 2, so number of roots should be 2. But no, what they decided to do, they defined a new number system that we today call as complex number system. And what was the basis of that? Basis of that was this equation only. Because what they did, if x square is minus 1, x will be plus minus root over minus 1. This minus 1 was the problem. So what they did, they give it a name, what we today call as iota, or the notation stands for I, that is root over minus 1. Because with the help of it, now you can deal with any square root of negative number. Like for an example, if I have x square equal to minus 9, no problem. X will be equal to plus minus 9. That can be written as plus minus 9 into minus 1. Square root of 9 is what? 3. And square root of negative 1 is iota. So with any negative number inside the square root, we can detach the negative, and negative 1 will be giving us iota, and that positive, you can calculate the root of that. That's how iota came into the picture. I hope you are clear with that. Okay. Okay, sir. Now, what about the complex number? So, complex number is very simple. Till now, we were dealing with the real number system. So, we were having only real numbers. Complex number is something that encompasses the real number system inside it. That means all the real numbers are also complex number. Yes. How? Their imaginary part is 0. Simple as that. Okay. And when a number also contains imaginary part, that will be somewhere here, because real number system is here and all these number outside this, and under the complex number system world, that is having some imaginary part and some real part. Okay, sir. This will get more simpler with time. Let us understand. So what they did, they tried to define the complex number with a notation Z, complex number Z, and they said it is equals to A plus IB. What is A plus IB, sir? Very simple. Here, A we call as the real part of Z, or let me write it like this. Real part of Z is equals to A. That is it. What we talk about B, so B is nothing but the imaginary part. Point is that student think that this B is like that root over negative. No, these A and B both are real values only. Then, sir, why you're calling B as imaginary part? Very simple. As it is attached with iota, that is it. B is also a real value like 2, 4, -5, 2 by 3, 1 by 2. It is just like a real value. But as it is multiplied with iota, that's why we call it imaginary part of Z. And A is simple as that, like it is just written like a real value, not attached with iota. That's why we're calling it real part. Clear with that thing? For an example, if we write 2 plus 3 iota. Okay. So here real part of Z, that is the notation we use, that is 2, and imaginary part of Z is 3. So you can see that 3 is a real number. But why we are calling it imaginary part? Because it is attached with the iota. Clear? Good. Now the next thing that we can learn from here is basically we are going to jump on the properties of iota. But let us see one more thing. What is that? I'll give you one question. Let's say x square. Try to find the roots of it.
One second.
Yes.
-2 plus 5.
Okay. -2 plus 5. Plus 5. Is there any iota or something?
No, I didn't get any iota.
Okay. See, basically, if we talk about this, so we know that either we can go with the factorization, but I don't think we will be able to do the factorization here. So we'll go with the quadratic formula. So that will be what? 3, as we have minus b plus minus square
Minus
root of.
root of b square, 3, 9,
Hmm,
minus 4 AC. So 4 into 1 multiplied by 10 by
good.
2a.
By 2. So that will be 2 only, right? So
Yeah,
that will be 3 plus minus. Now we have 9 minus 40, right?
that's impossible.
And 2. So that will be 3
Yeah,
plus minus square root of what? Minus 31 divided by 2. I told you that if you get square root of negative number, then you can write it as 31 into minus 1 divided by 2. So this will ultimately become 3 plus minus root 31 iota. Got it?
mm,
By 2.
yeah,
So we will get two values, 3 plus root iota root 31 by 2, and one time with negative sign.
3. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, I did
that
some
is how it.
mistake.
No problem. Okay, but you can see definitely had the calculator or something. But this question was just to give you the idea that okay, that's how. See, till now we have been calculating real roots only. Like you'll get some value 2, 3, or maybe some complicated fraction or something. But now we can get such values also. Okay, we are clear with that. Now let us come to the properties of iota. See, basically, if we talk about iota, then here iota is what? That is root over minus 1. But now if we see, if we take the square of that, that is iota square. So that will give us minus 1 value, because square root of negative 1, if we take the square of that, that will be negative 1. Then if I multiply with iota on both sides, that will be iota cube on left hand side and minus iota on the right hand side. Now using this only, that means this. If I take the square on both sides, what I will get? Iota power 4 on the left hand side and minus 1 square is 1. So that's how we get 4 powers of iota. Iota is iota only. Iota square is minus 1. Very important result. Iota cube is minus iota. Still fine. This is again very important. These two are very important. Why? I'll show you that. But remember this. Now, there is something good about iota. Why? Let's say if I want to find iota power 5. Okay. Iota power 5 is nothing but what? See,
Minus
I'm going
iota.
to iota.
No, it's iota,
Simple iota.
iota, yeah.
Iota. Why? Because you just multiply with iota in both sides and you'll get that. If I want to find iota power 6, iota power 6 means what? You can take, let's say, if you multiply iota square on both sides here. So iota power 6 this and equal to iota square, which will be
So
negative
minus
1.
one.
So I
Yeah.
yes, minus. Then we find iota power 7. Iota power 7 means what? That is, you want to calculate iota power 7. So you can do one thing, you can multiply with iota on both sides. So iota power 7 is minus iota. Similarly, iota power 8 will be if you take the square on both sides this. So you'll get iota power 8 equal to 1. What I want to show you is that, can you see that again same value has been repeated? So from iota, like even if you find iota power 9, no need to write it, just I'm telling you. Iota power 9 is iota, iota power 10 is minus 1, iota power 11 is minus iota, iota power 12 is again 1. So basically what, powers of iota repeats themselves in a cycle of 4. That's why these 4 values are very important. But sir, how should I know? Like definitely sir, I can count the table of 4. Yes, that's the only way you can do it. Let's say if I want to know, can you tell me what will be the answer for this iota per
We
102?
have to we have to break it down into divide it.
Good. Yes. So try to break it down and make the power in terms of multiple of 4. So let us make it, let's say 103. So I know that I can write 102 into iota because 102, okay, 102 is not the multiple of this. Okay. So we can do 100 into iota cube,
100.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And power 4, basically, whenever multiple of 4 is there, you can see that 1 is the value. So 1 into iota cube. Now iota cube you need to remember. As I told you, these 4 values you should always remember. So iota cube is minus iota. So iota power 103 is minus iota. Clear with this fact? Let us see
Yes.
few more values. Let's say if I ask you 789 and let's say 2049. Hmm.
Then
Yes. Try to
80
go.
and then 9.
Try. Yes. Okay. Try, iota power 700 and then you're saying
Then
80 also. Then iota
and
power
then
9.
9.
Then
Yeah. So it's 1 into it's going to be power of 3 square. So minus iota. Power is
no,
minus iota.
again, go with the table of 4. You can write it as iota power 8 into iota, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So this will become
Okay.
iota
8 will
only,
be.
simple iota, only
Yeah.
iota. Okay.
Yeah. So this can again go as 2000 will be I power 2000, I to the power 40, I to the power 8, and then 1.
Good. So it is again iota. Good.
Yeah.
Final.
Yeah.
This is again, I think, iota only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So that is it. So that is all about what we have regarding the powers of iota. One more important result that they have never asked, but I always think that sometime if they put it, then it will be all over the materials. What is that? See, if you see that iota is, I'm just taking it as iota equal to iota. Iota square is what? Minus 1. Iota cube is minus iota and iota power 4 is 1. If you take the sum of iota, iota square, iota cube, iota power 4. So this will be equal to iota minus 1 minus iota plus 1. Can you see that it is coming out to be 0?
This is 0. Yeah.
Okay. Point is that now you don't need to think about continuous like 1 2 3 4 or 5. Any consecutive powers you take, like let's say if I take power 5, or let me start with 3 only, no problem. 3 iota power 4 iota power 5 iota power 6. So iota cube is minus iota,
Minus
iota power
iota.
4 is 1, iota power 5
Yeah.
will be what? Iota power 5, again cycle
Iota.
will repeat. Iota, good.
Iota.
And then
Then it will be
good.
minus 1. No.
Yes,
Yeah.
iota
Minus
power
1.
6. So iota power 4 into iota square. So iota power 4 gone and iota square is minus 1. So you can see that again 0.
Again, it
So
becomes
yes.
0.
So any consecutive 4 powers, when we add them for the iota, the product, the sum is 0. This is the second property. First property, we saw that we are having a cyclic nature in the power. Second, when we take the summation, as we are getting like, okay, they are cancelling out each other, so it is becoming 0. These are the two properties that should be like, okay, we should have in mind related to iota. Now, few things related to complex number. So Z is equals to A plus IB. Remember few things. Whenever we want to add, like let's say this is Z1. So So A1 B1, and we have Z2, that is A2 plus iota B2. Whenever we have to add or subtract, I'm taking both of the cases in same only. Then real part will
We add the real numbers and
good.
imaginary
Yes,
parts.
exactly. Good. So B1 plus minus B2. Excellent. We have to take the product. Product I'll explain using some example because there is no point of learning the formula for that. Not at all necessary. Okay. But for division, we need to learn something. So for multiplication and for division, let us understand it through some example. Let's say if we have 2 plus 3 iota into some let's say 1 plus iota, that is fine. Point is that now multiplication is not something that is limited to real and imaginary to imaginary. No, multiplication will take full fledged. Like 2 will be multiplied with 1, then 2 will be multiplied with iota, then 3 iota will be into 1, and then 3 iota into iota, so that will be 3 iota square. So 2 plus 5 iota, but 3 iota square will be minus 3, yes or no? So that will be
Yeah,
minus 1 plus 5 iota. That's how we will work. Point is that, sir, what if we have the 3, 2 plus 3 iota? For that, okay, division will do. But understand one more thing, that if I have z as a plus iota b, okay, this is not in the syllabus. Just telling you that conjugate of the complex number is a minus ib. Okay,
yeah.
they've
We
never
have
asked it, but yes, okay, okay. Yes, you already know that. So basically, if we multiply these two, like z into z bar, I take that is a plus ib into a minus ib. Now, my focus is
that.
not to make you learn this property. That is something like, okay, that I'll tell you. But my main objective here is to tell you that whenever we have this kind of nature of the product, that is a plus ib into a minus ib. So this is equal to a square plus b square. In
Yeah,
general, in our mind, we have a square minus b square, but here actually this iota will play the game because iota square will be there, so it will be minus 1, so that
the
minus
plus
minus gets
one.
cancelled.
Yeah,
Yes. So let me give you that idea to a square, then we have minus iota b square, but as we know that this is a square minus iota square b square, so that will become this only. Okay, and if you remember, this is equal to, just this is for ib, this is equal to modulus of square. This is the property that we learn, that product of a complex number and its conjugate is square of the modulus, but it is not at all relevant for the SAT.
SAT.
Okay. Now, sir, why this is important? Because that will help us in what? In the division. Because in division, you have to do the same thing. If we have, let's say, A1 plus,
Rationalization.
yes, yes. So let us take an example. No need to go in terms of A and B. So if we have that, definitely we cannot find a value. So we will try to eliminate the complex number from the denominator. So we will multiply with the conjugate. And why? Because now you know from the previous example that when we multiply any complex number with its conjugate, we only get a real value. And we are happy to have that. Okay. So here this will become whatever in the numerator, but denominator will be what? Tell me quickly.
6.
9.
Oh, not expand. No, denominator you're asking.
Yes.
Will be plus 16.
Good. Plus 16. That's I wanted to hear. Good. Okay. Now let us do a few questions. Just give me a second. Yes, complex number.
For answer for the first one is C.
Okay, I'll check it. You try the next one.
Yeah.
C or D?
C,
No, no,
C.
no, no. C. I think B should be the answer. Let us see. If you have three, this
Oh, yeah, yeah.
like
Plus 3,
right?
9. Yeah.
Yes.
I just saw minus 1, 1, 1. Then I just didn't see the second part.
Right. No, no, no. We have to see that. Okay.
Sorry, sorry. For second one, is it B?
B. Okay. So we are going to have 4 plus 3 iota and 4 plus 3 iota, which will for sure give us what 25 in the denominator.
Yeah.
But we now we need to understand what we will have in the numerator. So 2 into 4, 8, and then 7 into 3 minus 21. So minus 21 plus 8 will be minus 13 is correct. Okay. But now we have 13 everywhere. So we need to see 2 into 6 and 7 into 4, 28. D should be the answer.
34.
See, because uh, 2 plus 7 iota and 4 plus 3 iota. So try to understand. 2 into 4, 8. Then 2
Yeah.
into 3, 6. Similarly, 7 into 4, 28, but with iota. And then finally, 7 into 3, 21, but with iota square. So this will be 6 plus 20, 34 iota,
Okay. Understood.
and 21 iota square. Yes. So minus 30. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So tell me, like, I just want to know, like, okay, what is that problem that you're not able to basically fill that 50 or 70 marks gap? Like, you are telling me that you're getting good marks consistently, but definitely now our work is to fill that gap too, because so that
Yeah.
we can have good thing. Yes.
Now I think so. The problem in additional topics. Additional topics, there was a lot of problem in statistics and standard deviation
Hmm.
was a problem for me. And
Hmm.
but and sometimes in quadratic also I lost few marks.
Okay, okay, okay. No, no, no. See, definitely that is the point. Like, that last, like, okay, 100 marks or 120 because you are already very good, but still, like, I've seen student like they come to me, sir, I'm able to score 650. Okay, but that how to fill that 100 plus marks? So that see, because student who score 760, 770, then at least like some stress is gone. That okay, now I'm able to fill that gap. And what about the English performance? Like how you are able? Not I'm asking in terms of marks, but what exactly is the case there?
It was horrible. It was horrible in
Okay.
reading and writing. My
Okay.
total score was only reducing because of English.
Right.
760 and it was 550.
Then
English was
right.
very bad. Especially in reading, I was not able to score, but writing it was again more theoretical, so I did that, but
Right.
reading was very tricky.
Okay. No, definitely. Then, like, okay, now you have the time, so you can work upon that. And also, like, okay, a student like you, I expect that you should score 70, 790. In fact, like, out also. Okay. Because we can now have the time to fill that gap also, okay, regarding quadratic
Yeah,
and these additional terms. Okay, good. So let us do now two, three more good question on this
yeah.
product. You can do it now.
One
This.
second.
This. Hmm.
Okay.
Done with third one?
No, I'm not getting any of the answers, so I'm just doing it again.
Okay, okay. Just try it, else I will explain it. Maybe like
Yeah,
options are incorrect.
that is very unlikely.
If we take the product, so 5 times 2, 10, then
Yeah,
minus 20. So minus 10 plus 33 iota, you getting the same thing?
yeah, yeah.
Right.
This I'm
Now
getting.
I've taken two common, 1 minus iota, so that now we know that minus 10 plus 33 iota times 1 plus iota, and then we have here I will have 2 plus 2. I'm writing it directly, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now minus 10, then minus 10 iota, then 33 iota, and then 33 iota into iota, so minus 33. So minus
Hmm.
43 plus 23 iota by 4.
By 4.
This is
So yeah, I was just multiplying 2 minus 2 iota. I didn't
hmm.
take the common. Still, it should work now.
Yes, 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 of course. Because then you'll have what? Like, see, if you have 2 minus 2 iota, that will, like, you'll have 8 or maybe 16, because then you will have some canceling factor. Like, should I explain that way? Just a second.
Yeah, because still I'm not getting it.
But remember that whenever you are able to take out common, like in the previous question, okay,
Yeah.
because that's what you will observe. Like if you have 1,000 question of such nature, you will always observe it. Like here, what I did, I took three common and four common, so it was only one plus iota and one minus iota, which I directly took as two. That always will work. Okay, with time, like definitely, like you'll be able to do it in this pace at that pace only. But yes, this is something like remember that if you are able to take out common, do it right away. So here you have 2 minus 2 iota. So we will have 2 minus 2 iota, 2 plus 2 iota, and here we will have 2 plus 2 iota. So in the
Okay, okay,
denominator,
understood. I was not taking the conglomerate. I was taking 2 minus 2 iota only upstairs. That's why.
no, no, no. Then how you will eliminate iota from
Yeah.
denominator? Okay.
I
Yes. So then it will become minus 20. Then it will become minus 20 iota. 33 into 2 is 66 iota. And 33
66.
into 2 is minus 66 actually. 66 iota square, so minus 66. So it will be
Yeah.
minus 86 and then plus 46 iota by 8. Now you can see that if you cancel it by 2, so minus 43 plus 23 iota by 4. You'll get the same answer.
Yeah, and yeah. I'll do this one.
Yes. I have like five, six more good questions. Let us finish this topic only so that at least you're done with this topic. Not
Yeah.
like more than that you require it. Okay, let us do those final good questions.
It's in negative. Second one answer is A.
Mm, just a second. Negative number, right? So you just need to see that where iota square will be creating. Okay. So for that, whatever the multiple of power 4 should be there times iota square. I think this will go on. This will be iota power 72 into iota cube. This is yes, iota power 48 into iota square. And this is iota power 24 into iota. So B is correct. Absolutely good.
Hmm. Seventh. Seven, the answer is D.
D. Okay. For that, we need to see is a real number. See, always remember whenever we talk about a complex number, I told you in the beginning that a complex number do includes real number system inside it. That means what when B will be 0, Z will be equal to A only, and A is a real number.
Yeah.
So now complex number is basically simply real number only. But if A becomes 0, then Z is IB. So what we call this as a purely imaginary number. Why? Because there is no real part of it. And this is also called as purely real. Why? Because there is no
This
imaginary
is
part of it.
imaginary.
Yes. So if we have to take the multiplication, so first of all, A into C, then AD iota, then BC iota, then minus BD. Got it?
Yeah.
Because because it will be BD iota square. So I'm writing it
Okay.
minus BD.
So answer is B.
Yes. B or C? Because C. Okay, let us see. AC minus BD plus AD plus BC iota. Okay, they are asking for real number. So that will imply AD plus BC must be 0. If AD, so yes,
Yeah.
your first answer was correct only.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
But please be ready for that question also, that if they ask if a complex number is only having imaginary part, that will imply this is 0. So that will make your A option correct. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Again, a good question. Yes.
C.
C. Okay. C means second and third only. Why
Yeah.
A first cannot be true?
Because it's saying must be, so it's not always like M and N has to be true, because a lot of values said just said four values are repeating. So it can be any four values from the down and
Very good,
low.
very good. That is the beauty of these questions, because that, see, you have already given me that understanding that like most of the students needs to have, because these question like, okay, if I put maybe or must be, then the whole sense of question changes.
Yeah.
Must means like, okay, it should happen, okay, nothing else is accepted here. So M equal to N. No, sir, but iota power 4 is iota power 8, or iota power 12 like that, or iota cube is iota power basically 7 like that.
Seven.
So it is not necessary. It can be, if there would have been Mesa, then for sure we would have accepted that. So the moment you reject it,
So
your
C
answer is
only
C.
left.
Right. Okay. Now we can discuss this, but it is very simple. Third, you can get like you have iota power m equal to iota power n. That implies iota power m by iota power n is 1. That implies iota power m minus n is 1. We know that whenever the power is multiple of 4, it is 1. So for sure this is true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and m plus n is even, that can be done on the basis of observation. That is it.
Yeah.
Okay. One final question is same based on this only, but as we have not done this type of question, like rather than asking you what division gives you, they can ask you such question also, like some
Yeah,
combination of
I
A
know.
and B. Yes,
I
just right.
understand.
Last question.
Okay. Answer is D.
Okay. So we have 2 plus 3 iota. So 4 plus 9, 13. So for sure 13, they have already given it. Now we have to do 3 plus 5 iota and 2 minus 3 iota. So 3 to 6 and minus, so plus 15. So 6 plus 15, 21. Then 3 minus 9 iota plus 10 iota. So minus 9 plus 10 plus iota by 13. So you are saying C or
D.
D?
D. D.
D is correct. D is correct because 21 by 13 plus 1 by 13
Plus
because
I
it
by
is
13. Yeah.
good. So D is
Yeah.
correct. Final two question that we've already discussed while having the theory that you can directly give me the answer.
Okay. B. Fourth one is
Correct.
B. And
A
A.
correct. Okay. So these they have asked. Okay. That is the thing. Okay. So I guess any doubt from your
No.
side? Okay.
Clear as
So
a
I hope,
crystal.
yes. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the session. It was nice meeting you, Divyam. All the best. Take care, buddy.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Thank you, Divyam.